Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. Let me help you on angles and their intercepted arcs on a circle. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Okay, so let's start with the central angle. Okay? So, a central angle is an angle whose vertex is at the center of the circle. So, sakto. Ito yung vertex ng angle natin. And, whose sides contain two radii. So, check. Kasi this is one radius of the circle and this is the other radius of the circle. So, we call it a central angle. Okay? So, this is angle A, B, C. Or, since nag-iisa naman siyang angle, you may call it angle B. Okay? So, ang relationship ng angle na ito sa intercepted arc, oh, by the way, where is the intercepted arc of this angle? It's here. Diba? Ito ang intercepted arc niya. Okay, so ang relationship nila is whatever the measure of this angle is equal to the measure of this arc. Okay? So let me write that. So if we consider this circle B, yeah, that's how we name the circle. It's like this. Huh? So circle B. So let me write the measure of angle A, B, C is equal to the measure of arc A, C. Okay? So, ganun lang. Kung ano man ang measure nito, yun din ang measure ng intercepted arc. So, for example, if this is 40 degrees, the measure of arc AC is also 40 degrees. Diba? It's very easy. Alright? Okay. Now we have the inscribed angle. Okay? So, an inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on the circle. Okay? So, ito ang vertex niya. And check, the vertex lies on the circle. Kasi ito yung circle mo. Okay? So, check. The vertex lies on the circle and whose sides contain chords on the circle. So, let us recall the definition of chords. Okay? Ano ba yung chord? Ito ay isang line segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. So, this is one chord. The line segment ED. Right? This is one chord because yung endpoints niya lie on the circle. And this is another chord. Yeah? It's a line segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. So, check. This is an inscribed angle. Okay? So, remember, ang inscribed angle, ang vertex niya lies on the circle. Okay? Tapos, made up of two chords siya. So, what is the relationship of this angle to its intercepted arc? Where is the intercepted arc? Let me color it like this. So, this is the intercepted arc of angle DEF. Or you may call it angle E. Okay? So, ito. Ganito ang relationship nung angle and its intercepted arc kapag inscribed. Okay? So, let me write. The measure of angle DEF, where is that? Here. Okay? Is equal to 1/2 of the measure of arc DF. Okay, of the intercepted arc. Alright? So, for example, if this measures, let's say, 80 degrees, Okay? The measure of this angle is equal to what? What is 1/2 of 80 degrees? It is 40 degrees. Okay? So that's how you use this formula. Now, what if we have like this? We have two chords that intersect within a circle. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? You have two chords and their point of intersection lies inside the circle. Okay? Hindi necessarily na center yung point of intersection nila. Obviously, point B here is not the center of the circle. Okay? So, kahit saan sila mag-intersect, basta nasa loob ng circle. Alright? Okay. And what if we want to measure this angle? We want to get the measure of this angle. So, how do you name this angle? So, this time, we cannot use angle B. Kasi medyo malabo yun. Ang daming pwedeng angle B. Right? Kasi pwedeng ito. Right? Pwedeng this one. Okay? Pwedeng this one. And so on. So, we cannot use a single letter to name this angle. So, how are you going to name this angle? That is your angle A, B, E. Okay? So, ano kaya ang measure ni angle A, B, E? And take note also that this angle here has the same measure as this angle here. Okay, so equal lang ito sa measure of angle C, B, D. C, B, D by the vertical angle theorem. Okay? So, pareho lang sila. So, paano natin kukunin ang measure ng angle na yan? Okay? So, if you have like this, two chords intersect within a circle, you get the sum of the measures of the intercepted arcs and then divide the sum by 2. Okay, so where are the intercepted arcs? Ito. So, this one and this one. Okay? So, to get the measure of angle ABE or the measure of angle CBD, all you have to do is to add the measure of arc CD and the measure of arc AE. Okay? And then divide it by 2. Okay? So, that is 1/2 times the measure of arc AE plus the measure of arc CD. Okay? So, for example, let's say this is 80 degrees and this one is 100 degrees. Okay? So, can you give me the measure of angle ABE? So, ABE of this angle. So, all you have to do is you add this to 100 plus 80, you have 180. Okay? And then you have to divide it by 2. So, the answer is 90 degrees. Okay? So, let's now have this tangent-secant theorem. Okay? Sabi sa theorem na ito, you're given an angle with its vertex on the circle. So, check. The vertex lies on the circle. And yung mga rays ng angle, yung first ray is a secant ray. So, what do you mean by a secant ray? It touches the circle on exactly 2 points. Okay? And the other side of the angle is a tangent ray. What do you mean by a tangent ray? It touches the circle on exactly 1 point. At ito yon. Okay? Dito sila nag-intersect. Okay? So, sabi dito sa tangent-secant theorem, the measure of this angle, this one, so you can call it angle R or angle PRS. Okay? So the measure of that angle is 1/2 of the intercepted arc. Okay? So where is the intercepted arc? Here. Okay? So ito ang intercepted arc ng ating angle. That one. Alright? So let me write it. So the measure of angle PRS is equal to 1/2 of arc PR. Actually, it's a major arc. Right? Okay. So, arc P. Okay, let me add a point. Kasi, diba, to name a major arc, we need 3 letters. So, let's say this is point Q. Okay? So, arc P, Q, R. So, Q, R. Okay? So, ganun lang. Para lang din siyang inscribed, yung formula sa inscribed angle. Okay? So, whatever the measure of the intercepted arc, you have to divide it by 2 to get the measure of this angle. Okay? But what if the given is the measure of the angle? Okay? Kunwari, ang measure ng angle na ito is 120 degrees. Okay? So, the measure of angle PRS is 120 degrees. What is the measure of the major arc PQR? To find this, all you have to do is to multiply the measure of the angle by 2. Okay? So, this intercepted arc measures 240 degrees. Alright? Okay. So, again, this discussion is very easy. All you have to do is to familiarize yourself with the formulas. Okay? Let's move on. Okay, let's have more discussion on secants and tangents. Okay? So, I have here 3 more circles. Okay? So, here, what do we have? We have 2 secants, right? Ito. This is the first secant because it touches the circle into 2 points, right? This is the other secant, okay? And these 2 secants intersect outside the circle. Okay, ito sa labas. Okay? Actually, lahat ng figures na ito, lahat ng intersection lies outside the circle. Okay? Here, we have 2 tangents. Because, for example, this one touches the circle here at exactly 1 point. And then the other line here touches the circle also at exactly 1 point. So, we have 2 tangents here and they intersect outside the circle. Right? Okay. Here naman, yes, you have 1 secant and 1 tangent. Okay? But same, their intersection lies outside the circle. Okay? So, if you have like this, yung intersection ng 2 secants, ng 2 tangents, or ng 1 secant and 1 tangent, yung intersection nila lie outside the circle, how do you get the measure of these angles? Also very easy. All you have to do is to get the difference of the intercepted arcs and then divide it by 2. Okay? Mag-start kayo dun sa mas malaking arc minus the smaller arc. So, for example, here, where is the bigger arc? Here. This is the bigger intercepted arc. Okay? Minus the smaller intercepted arc. And then divide it by 2. That will be the measure of this angle. Okay? Same din dito. Okay? This is the bigger arc, that one, and then minus the smaller arc divided by 2. Okay? Same here. Okay? This is the bigger arc, that one, minus the smaller arc, and then divided by 2. That's how you get that. Okay? So, sige, mag-example tayo. Kunyari, eto, dito tayo. Okay? So, let's say this is 240 degrees. Okay? So, if this one is 240 degrees, okay, this one, hanggang dito. Okay? Sige nga, anong measure nung ating smaller arc? It is, or it should be, 120 degrees. Why? Because yung one complete circle measures 360 degrees. Okay? Okay, now, what is the measure of this angle? Okay? So, let me write here. What is the measure of angle A, B, C? And this is our formula. Kalahati, half of the difference of this major arc here, okay, the bigger arc, so that is 240 degrees minus the measure of the smaller arc, which is 120 degrees. Okay? So, can you do the math? What is the answer? It's 240 minus 120, it's 120 divided by 2. The answer is 60 degrees. Alright, that's how you apply the formula. Okay, let's review the relationship of angles and their intercepted arcs on a circle. Okay, let's have this circle E. Circle E. So that means this point is the center of the circle. Okay, so question number 1. If the measure of arc FC is 115 degrees, where is that? Here. Okay. Yan. The measure of arc FC is 115 degrees. What is the measure of angle FEC? Where is that? Angle FEC. So, this angle. Okay? So, what do you notice? What kind of angle is angle FEC? It is a central angle. Why? Because its vertex is at the center of the circle. And what do we know about the relationship of the central angle and its intercepted arc? They are equal. Their measures are equal. So, ibig sabihin, the measure of angle FEC is also equal to 115 degrees. Right? Okay. Okay, so this is the next question. You're given the measure of angle BCD. So where is that? B, C, D. Okay? So this angle. Okay? This is the angle B, C, D. That measures 73 degrees. Okay? What is the measure of arc DAB? Where is that? Here. Let me draw. D, A, B. Hanggang dito. Okay? Yeah? So, if you notice, the arc DAB is an intercepted arc of an inscribed angle. Right? So, if you know that this measures 73 degrees, what is the measure of its intercepted arc? Times 2. Right? 73 degrees times 2. So, the answer is 146 degrees. It says here, the measure of angle DCA, where is that? DCA So, here. Okay? The measure of that angle is 10 degrees. Okay? Well, the measure of angle AEF, so AEF. So, this one. Okay? That measures 40 degrees. Oh, let me write. Okay, this measures 40 degrees and this measures 10 degrees. What is the question? What is the measure of arc DF? Where is that? Here. This is arc DF. Okay? So to get the measure of arc DF, we may get the measure of arc DA first. And then, after that, we get the measure of arc AF. Actually, madali na tong measure of arc AF eh. Why? Because it is intercepted by a central angle. It's a central angle because the vertex lies on the center of the circle. So, it's a central angle. So, whatever the measure of this angle, that will be the measure of the intercepted arc. Okay? So, so that's the measure of arc AF. Okay? What about the arc DA? Okay? If the inscribed angle is 10 degrees, this one, the intercepted arc, is equal to times 2 of that. So, 20 degrees. So, therefore, the measure of angle DF is equal to, so let me write, this is equal to the measure of arc DA, okay, plus the measure of arc AF. Okay? This is by arc addition postulate. Alright? So you will get 20 degrees plus 40 degrees equals 60 degrees. Okay, so let's have another example. Let's consider this figure. Okay? So take note, walang sinabing circle Q. Okay? So, hindi ibig sabihin na, since walang sinabing circle Q, hindi ito center. Okay? It's just the intersection of these two chords. Okay? Alright. So, actually, we have a quadrilateral here, right? What is a quadrilateral? Okay? It is a polygon with 4 sides. So, the quadrilateral P, R, Y, A. Okay, so let's label this figure with a given. So it says here, the measure of arc AY is 105 degrees. So where is that? Okay, here. So itong arc na to, that one, that measures 105 degrees. What else? Measure of arc RY is equal to 85 degrees. So, let me use another color. So, this one. That measures 85 degrees. And lastly, the measure of angle PAR is equal to 35 degrees. So, where is it? PAR. Okay? So, ito yung 35 degrees. Okay? Okay. So, with this given measures, let's find the measure of arc AP. So, nasan yun? Here. This is arc AP. Right? Okay. So, again, one complete circle measures 360 degrees. Right? Alam natin to, 105. Tapos, this one is 85. Ito, this arc PR is equal to what? Notice that this arc PR is an intercepted arc of this angle. Right? Inscribed angle. Okay? Ito, oh. Okay? So, that's why the measure of this arc is equal to 70 degrees. Okay? So, ilan na lang ang kulang to make it 360 degrees. Okay, that will be the measure of arc AP. So that is 360 degrees minus nung mga given angle measures. So that's 105 degrees plus 85 degrees plus 70 degrees. Okay? Can you do the math, please? What is the answer? Okay, 105 plus 85, it's 190, plus 70, it's 260. What is 360 degrees minus 260? You'll have 100 degrees. Now, let's find the measure of angle YRA. So, nasan yan? Here, YRA. So, this angle. Okay, hahanapin natin yung angle na yan. Okay? But, notice that this angle is an inscribed angle. Okay? Inscribed yan because its vertex lies on the circle. Okay? Tapos yung two chords na ito. Okay? And then, this is the intercepted arc of that angle. Yeah? Okay, so to get the measure of angle YRA, all you have to do is to divide 105 degrees by 2. So what is the answer? It's 52.5 degrees, right? So it's 52.5 degrees. All right? Okay, last two questions. Okay, let's get the measure of angle AYR. Where is that? AYR. Okay, so this angle. We're going to get this, the measure of that angle. So AYR. Okay, so again, angle AYR is an inscribed angle. Okay? Because its vertex lies on the circle. Where is the intercepted arc of angle AYR? Ito yon. Let me color it pink. Here. Oops. That one. Okay? So this is the intercepted arc of angle AYR. And we know that this arc, PR, measures 70 degrees. And from our first example kanina, the measure of arc AP is equal to 100 degrees. So, this entire arc here, by the arc addition postulate, measures 170 degrees, right? Okay, and then to get the measure of this inscribed angle, all you have to do is to divide 170 degrees by 2. And what is the answer? 85 degrees. Okay? So lastly, we have to get the measure of angle PQR. Where is that? PQR. This one. So, that angle. Okay? So, take note, PQR is not a central angle because Q is not the center of this circle. Okay? So, it's not equal to 70 degrees. No, because it's not a central angle. Okay? Pero kung titingnan ninyo, this angle, okay, nasa intersection siya ng dalawang chords. Here, this is the first chord. Okay, and this is the second chord. Okay, so if you recall, how do we get the measure of this angle if these two chords intersect inside the circle? Diba? All you have to do is you get the sum of the intercepted arc. So, ito yon, the 105 degrees and this 70 degrees here. Diba? You add them and then divide it by 2. Okay? So what is the answer? What is 105 plus 70? It is 175 divided by 2. What is the answer? It is 87.5 degrees. Okay? So I think that's it. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching.